Donna is my name. My age is 26. I'm from a small town. I'm dating someone. Bryan is his name. We share a home. Our apartment is small. The apartment is pleasant. There are 2 rooms in it. The kitchen is small. There is only 1 bathroom. There are large windows in the apartment. Every morning, the sun rises. I enjoy the sun. It brings me joy. I'm employed in an office. I live close to my workplace. Every day, I walk to work. It takes 10 minutes to walk. I enjoy my work. My work is not difficult. I have pleasant coworkers. I have a nice boss. My coworkers are amiable. I leave for work at 8 every day. At 5, I return home. I'm not wealthy. However, I have sufficient funds. I'm content with my life. Bryan is also employed. He is employed at a store. He is a computer salesman. He is an expert in his field. He is liked by others. He is intelligent. He is compassionate. He has good looks. Bryan is someone I adore. We've been dating for 3 years. 3 joyful years. Every night, we have dinner together. Together, we watch movies. We laugh and converse. Life is pleasant. Life is easy. I'm overjoyed. There is a best friend of mine. Deborah is her name. Deborah is 25 years old. For 10 years, she has been my best friend. We get together at school. We resemble sisters. I adore Deborah. She holds great significance for me. Deborah comes to see us frequently. She visits our apartment twice a week. Together, we sip tea. We discuss everything. Together, we laugh. Bryan also enjoys Deborah. Bryan is liked by Deborah. Each of us is a friend. We resemble a family. It's the same every day. Every day is pleasant. I awaken. I leave for work. I return home. Bryan is present. Together, we prepare dinner. We share meals. We watch television. We turn in for the night. I am content every night. I feel like my life is ideal every night. I consider myself extremely fortunate. Bryan is with me. Deborah is with me. My life is good. There is nothing that can go wrong. However, after that, things shift. Little things, silent things. I don't see them at first. I don't understand at first. Bryan begins arriving home late. Before he returns home at 6 o'clock. He now returns home at 7. At 8. Sometimes. I ask him why. Work is busy, he says. He claims he gets more work from his supervisor. I trust him. Bryan has my trust. Bryan never tells me falsehoods. Bryan now spends more time on his phone. He constantly glances at his phone. He checks his phone during dinner. He stares at his phone while sitting on the couch. He occasionally grinned at his phone. What's funny? I ask him. He remains silent. It's just work, he says. It's just a humorous message from a friend, he claims. I trust him. However, I feel weird. There seems to be a problem. I'm not sure what. Bryan doesn't say much these days. Prior to our constant talking, we discuss our day. We discuss our dreams. We discuss everything. Bryan is silent now, though. He is seated on the couch. He watches television. However, I believe he is blind to the TV. I believe he has other thoughts. I inquire about his well-being. Yes, he responds. He claims he is simply worn out. He claims that work is challenging. I wish I could trust him. I make an effort to trust him. I'm concerned. Inside, I feel chilly. There's a problem. However, I have no idea what it is. I am unable to see it. I don't get it. Perhaps I'm insane. Perhaps there is nothing wrong. Bryan might simply be exhausted. Perhaps work is simply difficult. I discuss it with Deborah. Deborah pays a visit. We take a seat in the kitchen. We sip tea. I tell her about Bryan. I let her know that he arrives home late. I inform her that he constantly glances at his phone. I inform her that he doesn't communicate with me. Deborah pays attention. She is silent for a while. Then she says, "Don't worry. Bryan loves me," she says. "Men can be like this at times," she claims. "Bryan is simply exhausted," she claims. "Give him some time," she says. She assures me that everything will be all right. I'm feeling better. My closest friend is Deborah. She is familiar with me. Bryan is someone she knows. She wouldn't tell me lies. Friends don't tell lies. I have faith in Deborah. I wait as a result. I have patience. I give Bryan a smile. I prepare delicious meals for him. I'm nice. I make a wonderful girlfriend. I don't pose inquiries. I give Bryan room. Bryan, however, is still unique. He still arrives home late. He continues to stare at his phone. He still doesn't speak. Now it feels chilly in our apartment. It feels cozy and joyful before. It feels depressing and empty now. I'm not content right now. However, I remain silent. I simply wait. I'm hoping that things will improve. Deborah continues to come see us. She visits twice a week. She treats me really well. She gives me a hug. She inquires about my well-being. She assures me that I shouldn't worry. Bryan loves me, she says. She claims that everything is all right. I trust her. I'm friends with her. My closest pal. She adores me. She desires my happiness. However, I notice something odd. Bryan is different when Deborah is around. He grinned even more. He speaks more. He chuckles. They converse with one another. Together, they laugh. I don't always get their jokes. They occasionally give each other odd looks. I feel alienated. These two individuals are my favorites. However, when they are together, I feel isolated. I'll see Deborah one day. She's wearing a new scent. It has a pleasant scent. It has a floral scent. It has a vanilla scent. I say that I enjoy it. She grinned. "Thank you," she says. "It's new," she says. She claims to have recently purchased it. I wash my clothes the following day. I grab Bryan's shirt. I detect a scent. It's perfume. It's not my fragrance. I can smell it once more. My heart stops. This smell is familiar to me. It's vanilla and flowers. It's Deborah's fragrance. Why does Bryan's shirt have Deborah's perfume on it? My hands tremble. I set the shirt aside. I'm feeling ill. I take a seat on the ground. I make an effort to think. Perhaps Deborah gives Bryan a hug. Indeed. When Deborah visits Bryan, she gives him a hug. That's typical. Friends embrace. That's all. Nothing more. I'm insane. I am a bad person because I have negative thoughts. I get to my feet. I give the shirt a wash. I make an effort to forget. However, I can't forget. I see more things now. Deborah and Bryan exchange texts. Bryan is grinning at his phone. Deborah then makes a call. Bryan spends a lot of time talking to Deborah. He moves into a different room. He shuts the door. He shuts the door, but why? What topics do they discuss? Deborah comes over one evening. Bryan and she are seated on the couch. They laugh and converse. I take a seat in the chair. I keep an eye on them. They don't give me a look. All they do is gaze at one another. I feel like I'm invisible. I don't feel like I'm here. I get to my feet. I head to the kitchen. They don't witness my departure. They are unconcerned. I'm standing in the kitchen. I stare at the wall. My eyes are welling with tears. I don't cry, though. I'm powerful. I'm not insane. There's a problem. I am aware of it. I sense it. But I'm at a loss for what to do. I make a decision. I have a surprise planned. A journey. Bryan and me alone. A trip for the weekend. Nothing to do. Not a single phone. No companions. Only us. This is necessary. This is necessary for our love. Perhaps this will make everything right. Perhaps we'll be content once more. I share the trip with Bryan. Yes, he responds. It's a good idea, he says. He declares his desire to leave. I'm overjoyed. I reserve a modest hotel. The hotel is close to the ocean. It's romantic. It's lovely. I'm ecstatic. Everything will be fixed by this. I am aware of it. The day arrives. I prepare our belongings. I'm prepared. Bryan is working. He promises to return home at 4 o'clock. After that, we'll depart. I hold off. I tidy the apartment. I dressed nicely. I check the time. It is 4 o'clock. It is 5 o'clock. It is 6 o'clock. Bryan, where are you? Bryan then makes a call. My heart is aware. Before he even speaks, I know. He apologizes. He claims he is unable to attend. He claims that his job requires him. He claims that there is a serious issue. He says he has to continue working. We can go next week, he says. Next week. Next week, always. Inside of me, something breaks. I respond, okay, I bid you farewell. I hang up the phone. I take a seat on the ground. I cry. I cry for a very long time. I stop crying after that. I get to my feet. I decide what to do. I'm going to go, not indefinitely, only for a couple of days. I'm going to see my parents. I must reflect. I must leave this place. Steer clear of Bryan. Steer clear of Deborah. Steer clear of all the lies. I put together a little bag. I send my mom a text. I declare that I'm returning home. Good, she says. They miss me, she says. I take one last look at our apartment. Once, it was joyful. It is now filled with suffering and secrets. This is not where I want to be. The following morning, I depart. Bryan has fallen asleep. I don't bid you farewell. I simply leave. I climb into my vehicle. I take off in my car. As I drive, I cry. However, I also have another emotion. I feel somewhat liberated. I spend an hour driving. Then I recall something. At home, I left something behind. It's a present for my mom. Next week is her birthday. The present is unique. I have to understand it. I reverse the vehicle. I return home by car. My car is parked. I make my way to the door. I make use of my key. Silently, I open the door. It is dark in the apartment. It's silent. Then I hear a sound. Music. Gentle music. The living room is where it originates. What is the purpose of music? Bryan dislikes listening to music in the morning. I move slowly. My heart is racing. There seems to be a problem, I'm afraid. However, I'm not sure why. I make my way to the living room. I come to a halt at the door. I peek inside. I notice the couch. 2 people are seated on the couch. The music begins to play. I take a closer look. I see more. Bryan is here. It's Deborah. They are seated very close. They're not conversing. They are sharing a kiss. They have their eyes shut. The kiss lasts a long time. It's a slow kiss. I pause. I am immobile. I'm having trouble breathing. I merely glance. My partner, my closest pal. Collectively, kissing, on my couch, in my house. My heart doesn't shatter. It simply vanishes. It becomes nothing. The music begins to play. The world shifts. However, I'm frozen. I am icy. Stone is who I am. I stay put. I don't talk. I merely glance. Bryan then opens his eyes. He notices me. His expression shifts. He appears taken aback. He appears afraid. He leaps to his feet. He calls my name. Donna. Deborah opens her eyes. She notices me. She breaks down in tears. She apologizes. She says it numerous times. I apologize. I apologize. But now it doesn't matter how sorry you are. It's just a word, sorry. A word without meaning. I don't cry. I don't yell. I don't feel anything. I'm hollow. I examine them. I cherished these two individuals. However, I no longer know them. They don't know each other. Bryan approaches me on foot. He makes an attempt to touch me. I take a step back. Don't touch me, I say. I have a very quiet voice. I sound really icy. Deborah sobs more. She gets to her feet. Please pardon me, she says. I am her best friend, she claims. She declares her love for me. However, what she says is false. Friends don't act in this way. Your boyfriend is not kissed by friends. This is not how love looks. I give Deborah a look. Go home, I say. She sobs. However, she departs. She leaves through the door. Bryan and I are the only ones left. Bryan is always talking. It was an error, he claims. It means nothing, he claims. He declares his love for me. Please stay, he says. Please pardon me, he says. I can't hear him, though. His words are meaningless. I claim that I must be left alone. I make my way to the bedroom. I shut the door. I secure it. Bryan raps on the door. My name is called by him. However, I don't respond. I take a seat on the bed. I stare at the wall. I don't cry. I'm too hollow to weep. I spend the entire night sitting there. I don't get any sleep. I consider everything. Each and every lie. Every grin. Each embrace. Everything was phony. My ideal life didn't exist. It was only a dream. No, it was untrue. The sun rises. It's morning. I get to my feet. I am aware of what needs to be done. I let the door open. Bryan is present. He takes a seat on the ground. He looks awful. He gets to his feet. Please, let's talk, he says. Bryan, I say it's over. I speak in a composed tone. I have a powerful voice. He breaks down in tears. He declines. Please, he says. He promises to change. He says a lot of things. However, I don't pay attention. I make my way to the table. I grab my key, the key to the flat. I set it down on the table. Bryan, I bid you farewell. He sobs more. He calls my name. However, I don't turn around. I grab my bag. I leave through the door. To get to my parents' house, I drive. They give me a hug. They don't pose inquiries. My mom brews tea. My dad is seated beside me. They simply exist. They simply adore me. That's sufficient. I spend 2 weeks with my parents. I cry a lot. There are days when I feel really depressed. There are days when I'm furious. There are days when I don't feel anything. However, I feel a little bit stronger every day. I return to my hometown after that. However, I don't return to Bryan. I locate a new apartment. It is minuscule. There is just one room. Just one tiny kitchen. One restroom. However, it belongs to me, just mine. Here, there are no lies, no secrets, the truth and me alone. The initial weeks are quite challenging. I'm by myself. The apartment is vacant. I don't own any furniture. I doze off on the ground. However, I buy things gradually. A bed, a table, a seat. I live in the apartment. Every day I go to work. The work is good. I'm busy at work. I head home after work. I eat dinner by myself. I watch TV by myself. However, I'm all right. I'm making it. I pass a tiny store one day. Art class is written on the sign. I pause. I peek inside. People are painting. They appear content. They appear at ease. I'm drawn inside by something. A woman gives me a smile. "Do you want to try?" she asks. "Maybe," I say. "We have a class tonight," she says. "It is intended for novices." I consider it. Why not? "Yes," I say. I attend the class. The instructor is courteous. She demonstrates painting for us. I grab a brush. I applied paint to paper. The hues are vivid. Red, blue, yellow, green. I keep painting. Bryan is not on my mind when I paint. I don't give Deborah any thought. All I can think about are the colors. Regarding the painting. Regarding what I'm producing. I return once a week. I feel better when I paint. I feel alive when I paint. I'm free when I paint. Once more, I am myself. In class, I run into a woman. Nicole is her name. She is elderly. Her hair is white. Her eyes are kind. She has a lot of smiles. She sits beside me one day. "Your painting is really lovely," she says. "Thank you," I say. Together, we paint. We don't communicate very often. However, it feels pleasant. It has a friendship-like quality. Genuine friendship. Sincere friendship. Nicole invites me to tea after class. "Yes," I say. We visit her home. Her home is modest. It's warm, though. Plants and books abound. We sip tea. We converse. She shares her life story with me. 5 years ago, her husband passed away. She was depressed. But she was aided by art. It provided her with a task, something to cherish. I share my story with her. Not everything, only a few sections. She pays attention. She doesn't pass judgment. She merely pays attention. Talking feels good. Being heard is a pleasant feeling. I make friends with Nicole. Genuine companions. Every week, we have tea. She shows me that friendship can be easy. It is possible to be friends. Not every friend will turn on you. A few friends remain. Months go by. For 3 months, for 4 months, 5 months, I begin to feel better. I'm not yet content. Better, though. More powerful. I begin to grin more. I begin to laugh more. I'm rediscovering who I am. I'm at the store one day. I purchase food. Then I notice him. Bryan. At the other end is him. He notices me. He approaches me on foot. My heart is racing. However, I don't run. I simply remain motionless. "Hello, Donna," he says. He speaks softly. "Bryan." I say hello. We remain motionless. He has a different appearance. He appears slender. He appears worn out. He appears depressed. "How are you?" he asks. I say I'm all right. "How are you doing?" He casts a glance down. "Not good," he says. He claims that Deborah and I split up. It didn't work, he claims. It was all an error, he claims. He gives me a look. I miss you, Donna, he says. We are missed. I give him a look. I wait for a sensation. Love, rage, hatred. However, I don't feel anything. No, something is happening to me. I'm sorry. I'm sorry for him. I don't love him, though. No longer. Bryan, I apologize for your sadness. I wish you tranquility. One day, I hope you find happiness. Bryan, goodbye. I turn to leave. I don't turn around. Something is happening to me. I feel light. I feel liberated. Incredibly free. He is not necessary to me. He is not what I want. Without him, I'm fine. Without him, I am better. My paintings are getting better and better. I'm a flower painter. I paint trees. I paint the heavens. I express my emotions through painting. The artwork is exquisite. Nicole advises me to sell them. I chuckle. Then again, I think, why not? I visit a marketplace. It's Saturday. There, artists sell their creations. I take my paintings with me. I put up a little table. People pass by. They examine my paintings. They grin. Some people give up. Some individuals purchase. My paintings are purchased by them. I created something. People desire it. I'm incredibly proud. I'm overjoyed. I visit the market every Saturday. My paintings are for sale. I converse with others. I grin. I'm back to life, truly alive. Bryan no longer has me as his girlfriend. Deborah and I are no longer friends. My name is Donna. Only Donna. Donna, the artist. The survivor is Donna. And that's sufficient. A man approaches my table one Saturday. He's tall. His hair is dark. His face is friendly. He examines my paintings. He grabs a single painting. The sun is depicted in the painting. He grinned. This is lovely, he says. Did you paint this? Yes, I say. He claims it's really unique. I'll purchase it. I cover the artwork. He makes the payment. My name is Julian, he says. I identify myself as Donna. Nice to meet you, Donna, he says. Your paintings are amazing. Thank you, I say. He grinned. Then he makes a statement. Would you like to have coffee sometime? He asks. Perhaps the following week. I pause. I'm afraid. Coffee is a date. Going on a date entails putting your trust in someone. Can I regain my trust? I'm not sure. My heart is racing. But then I consider I was shattered. But I'm strong now. I had no idea where I was. However, I've been located. I'll try. It's just coffee, just one tiny step. I give Julian a look. He appears anxious. He bides his time. I inhale deeply. Yes, I say. Coffee sounds good. He grinned. He has a big smile. He is content. Excellent, he says. Please give me your phone number. I give him my phone number. I'll give you a call, he says. He gives a wave. He takes my painting and leaves. I remain motionless. I have a lot of emotions. Fear. I hope. Thrill. It's just coffee. However, it is significant to me. It's a fresh beginning. Julian gives me a call on Tuesday of next week. My phone rings. I glance at the screen. He is the one. My hand trembles a bit. I respond. I greet you. Hello, Donna, he says. He speaks in a warm tone. Are you free on Saturday? He asks. Yes, I say. Let's get together at the coffee shop by the park, he says. I respond, Okay, I am thrilled to see you, he says. I agree with you. We bid each other farewell. I end the call. I take a seat. I stare at the wall. I grin. It's a genuine smile. A genuine smile. It's been a while since I've grinned like this. It's Saturday. I'm standing in front of my closet. I examine my attire. What should I put on? I choose a basic blue dress. It's not overly ornate. It's not overly simple. It's perfect. I put it on. I examine myself in the mirror. I appear fine. I appear to be myself. Walking to the coffee shop on a beautiful sunny day, I felt a mix of nerves and excitement. Inside, Julian was waiting by the window. We exchanged smiles, compliments, and ordered our drinks. Over the next 2 hours, we talked comfortably about everything from my emotional approach to painting to his dog, Luke. Time flew by. As the late afternoon sun cast a golden light, Julian walked me to my car. We both had a wonderful time, agreed to do it again, and he promised to call as we said our goodbyes. I climb into my vehicle. I take off in my car. I examine myself in the mirror. He remains in that position. He's still grinning. I also grin. I take a car home. I feel light. I'm joyful. I completed it. I went out on a date. I slightly opened my heart. And it was all right. It was enjoyable. I head to my apartment. I take a seat on my bed. Julian is on my mind. He was good. He had a sense of humor. He was genuine. This isn't yet love. However, it is something. It's hope. It's an opportunity. I reflect on my journey. I was completely shattered. I was completely lost. I was deeply hurt by Bryan and Deborah. However, that life wasn't flawless. It was rife with falsehoods. I have a new life now. A genuine life. A life of integrity. Nicole is with me. I have my artwork. I've got myself. I may have a new friend now. I get to my feet. I make my way to my window. The sun is going down. The sky is orange and pink. It's lovely. I reflect on all I've learned. There is pain. Healing, however, is also. Growth is the same. New beginnings are the same. Donna, I've changed. Donna had too much faith in the past. The truth was hidden from the elderly Donna. However, the new Donna is powerful. The new Donna is astute. The new Donna understands that love needs to be genuine. Friendship needs to be genuine. Life needs to be truthful. My heart was broken by Bryan and Deborah. However, they also gave me something. I was granted freedom by them. They told me the truth. They made me rediscover who I was. I look away from the window. I glance around my apartment. It's tiny. It's easy. However, it belongs to me. I created each and every painting on the wall. This is my area, my house, my existence. I prepare dinner, only for me. I eat slowly. I'm by myself. I'm not lonely, though. There's a distinction. I sit on my sofa after supper. I grab a book. I spent an hour reading. I'm worn out. It was a pleasant day, an excellent day. I head to my bedroom. I go to bed. The sheets are spotless. It's a soft pillow. I switch off the light. I'm lying in the dark. I consider tomorrow. I'll be at work tomorrow. I'm going to paint tomorrow. I'll be alive tomorrow. Julian might give you a call. Perhaps we will cross paths once more. Perhaps not. I'll be all right either way. I shut my eyes. I inhale deeply. I'm at ease. True tranquility. Profound calm. My previous song came to an end. Lies were the foundation of that song. It had to be over. A new song starts now. This song is accurate. I own this song. Just mine. I'm sure I'll be all right. Excellent. I'll be all right. I'll be content. I'll be complete. I have memories of Bryan and Deborah. They will always be a part of my narrative. However, my story is not theirs. My story is mine. I write my own narrative. My story is only getting started. In the dark, I grin. A tiny grin. A calm grin. After that, I fall asleep. I'm sleeping well for the first time in several months. I get good sleep. I have no fear when I sleep. Without suffering. Without shedding tears. I sleep like a woman who is at last liberated. Whole at last, home at last. I appreciate you listening to Donna's story. Please like and share this video with a friend if this story moved you or gave you hope. Remember to subscribe to Teddy English Story for more tales of love, life, and English language acquisition. I'll see you in the next tale.
Well, I think love is not just about waiting. People change with time. Mallory is strong because she chooses to move slowly, not blindly. To me, real love needs honesty, patience, and a new beginning. What do you think? Share with me in the comment section, and thank you for watching.